Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the house with the CJRB Feldspar here with me for a quick maintenance video. We're gonna try to see if we can improve the action of this pretty cool budget knife. I mean, flies open with the thumb stud, but the closing action, yeah, it's not where I would love it to see, but don't forget to like this video and maybe, you can also subscribe to the channel if you are in the right mood to do so, and if you are enjoying this kind of stuff that I'm bringing to you, because we're gonna need a screwdriver, something like that. It doesn't have to be this fancy. And then you're gonna need the T8 for the pivot and a T6 for the handle, which we're gonna tackle right now. Starting from this point, you see you have two standoffs, so we're gonna just attack this screw right over here, starting from the back of the handle, and one is done, and number two is this screw over here, which is out, and it's in the place right there. And just change the bit, put the T8, which is in. Pray that the pivot is not spinning. It's probably spinning, I don't know, let's check it out in a second. Maybe I was lucky. And you've got your pivot screw, you've got your pivot collar right there, and now pinch the blade open and gently just wiggle it, and boom, and you meet some skeletonized liners for sure. Let me see. Yeah, just a gentle wiggle, it's gonna do the trick. You've got ceramic ball bearings. Look at that, ceramic detent ball. Wow, fancy. And you've got bearing one out, you've got bearing two out, you've got D-shaped pivot. Look at this, with pivot collar. I mean, guys, come on. This is something very cool for them to do, so we are not struggling. So next step, we're gonna take some rubbing alcohol, a microfiber cloth. We're gonna clean the track on of these bearings, the tang of the blade, the detent ball track. We're gonna clean everything. The blade is pretty new, but whatever, just clean that. Liner, let's clean this liner over here. And I appreciate the skeletonization a lot. It reduces the weight considerably. And let's clean also this area here. You can see already the track for the bearing being engraved into that. G10 scales, of course. And let's also clean the ball bearings, which are caged and ceramic. Look at this, very cool indeed. Next, we're gonna take the pivot, which is D-shaped, it's keyed in, it's gonna go in like so. Then next up, we're gonna take some 10 weight nano oil right over here, and we're gonna do like 1, 2, and 3, and 1 on the pivot drops, like so. And then the bearing is in, and that is done. And then we're just gonna do the blade in place like so. Very good. And another 1, 2, and 3 drops for the second bearing, which is gonna go in like so. And then we are going to do the liner in, and I'm just gonna start pressing from the back and then pushing down the lock, and then having everything in place like that. It can stay like that. And then just this, you see, just goes in like so. Starting from the heel, we can go in like that. Keep everything pinched, just to remove the tension from the lock bar. And now I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna start with the handle, with the distal handle screw. Maybe if I change the tool, it's gonna help me. What do you think? Yes. And now this guy is in. So I'm not gonna go all the way through, just to keep the handle in place, just like that. We're gonna make sure that everything is tight in a second, but first I like just to have the screws in place. And now we're gonna need the pivot collar in, and then we're gonna take some Loctite blue stick, in this case for the pivot. And then I just realized that I forgot the detent ball, to lubricate that, and the detent ball track. That is often something you need to tune up if you want a smooth action. We're gonna check it in a second, where I'm gonna take some, no, that's 10. Let's do some heavier, like 85 weight nano oil, like so, just a little drop, and then just spread that on the tang of the blade. Just close that. So let's go back and double check the handle screws and make sure they are tight. So you see, just a little bit more, don't over tighten anything. And then we go back to the pivot screw right over here and check centering. So you tight until it's centered, and that is good. And then check for blade play, which is none. And then we check for the action. Let's see. Remember the action of this guy. Still doesn't want to drop shot, but let me just make sure that the lube is well spread around the detent ball track and the bearing pockets. Oh yeah, I can already see. Very good, very good. Look at this. Now it needs a much gentler wiggle, you see, to get in the closed position. This is also like a brand new knife, so still needs some breaking in period. But guys, I'm telling you, this is a smooth knife. It's a budget knife, and it's pretty cool. Look at this. Spidey flick, check. Thumb flick, check. Double finger flick, check. Action, pretty good. Yes, it's awesome in my books. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.